Hi, I'm Monty Galland, developer of Grand, Texas. We put together this short presentation just to update you on some of the progress and developments occurring at Grand, Texas. We also want to make you aware of opportunities that are available either to your clients or partners or other investors. So please watch the video and feel free to contact me at any time if you have questions. Thank you. Probably the latest news was the opening of Gator Bayou Adventure Park on November 3rd. We had over 5,000 people attend, and it was a great success. Gator Bayou is open year round and will attract for corporate events and festivals and weekend attendance. So why should you develop at Grand, Texas? Well, first is that we're located in a qualified opportunity zone. That's a great way of avoiding capital gains or deferring capital gains. And it can even help you on existing capital gains. So this is something to definitely talk to your accountant about. The other thing is that we've got the infrastructure in place. We've got public roads and we've got utilities available. We're in a high growth area. We've got a cooperative MUD and county that's pro-growth. And then lastly is that you've got a cooperative developer. We really want to see Grand Texas blossom, and we want you to help create that. And so we'll consider owner financing, build to suit, joint venture opportunities. We're really open and flexible. So opportunity zones are a fairly new feature, and they're limited in availability in Texas, and Grand Texas happens to sit right on the border of one. All of the properties within Grand Texas are located within the opportunity zone, but it's one of the few areas that at one time was considered rural, even though we're only 1.4 miles from the Houston ETJ. Grand, Texas is located at the junction of Interstate 69 or US 59 and Highway 242. It's about 30 miles and 30 minutes from downtown Houston. Interstate 69 is by far the fastest traffic corridor heading north from downtown. It's only 8 miles north of Kingwood and about 15 miles west of the Woodlands, and about 15 miles north of Bush Intercontinental. This is an aerial photograph with conceptual drawing overlaid, and it shows how the retail component will be a big part of the development, as well as the self-storage and the multifamily that'll be coming up. It also shows where the existing attractions and developments are as well. Now this is a video of the Grand Texas development. We've got the Best Western Premier along I-69. Next to that is a 240-seat casual dining restaurant. And we've got a 12,000 square foot medical building going into the north of it. And these are all projects that have pulled permits and started construction. The attractions, of course, back here we've got the multifamily and the self-storage that'll be going in. And so it gives you a view of the Grand Texas development, where we're at now, and you can see some of the opportunities and some of the growth opportunities. So to the south of us along Interstate 69 is the Tufola community by Friendswood Development. And that's about 3,800 home sites. I believe they have about 1,000 remaining to be built. And then Porter's Mill is to the southwest, and that's just been started. That's a D.R. Horton development of about 1,200 homes. To the west of us, about 2 miles to the west or northwest, Harrigan Partners is under contract on property to develop about 1,200 homes. And then Granger Pines is a little bit further west. That's about an additional 1,200 homes. And area development has Saddle Ridge Ranch that was announced to be about 2,700 homes. There's also several other large tracts of land that are in the process of either planning or initiating development. East Montgomery County MUD 4 has road powers and will be expanding the number of public roads soon. The most anticipated transportation project in the district is the widening of Highway 242. Highway 242 runs from I-69 to FM 1488 in the Woodlands. It's currently in the process of being doubled in size, and construction in front of the Grand Texas development is expected to begin in June of 2019. Prior to that, we will be in the process of extending Speed Street, and those funds have already been escrowed and are available, and construction should start in the next several weeks. And additionally, we'll be developing Big Rivers Road as well, and that'll extend from the Speed Street extension to Mossy Oaks in the west. And we expect that both Mossy Oaks and Highway 242 and Speed Street and Highway 242 will be lighted intersections. Here we show some of the development that is currently in progress. So right now we've got a 240-seat casual dining restaurant on the corner of Speed Street and I-69 that has pulled permits and is about to start construction in the next couple of days. Next to that is a 109-room Best Western Premier, and that is expected to open this spring. Adjacent to that, we've got a 12,000 square foot medical building. We've got the 38-acre HEB development that is anticipated to start construction around June 2019. We also have multifamily development further to the west, and that will be developed in two phases, a 200-unit development and then a 220-unit development. And they should be closing on that in the next couple of days. We also have a single-family residence development that will be occurring to the far west, and that'll be right around 300 homes. Additionally, we have a 7-acre self-storage facility, and then we also show those developments in relation to the existing attractions. Big Rivers Water Park will be very similar to some of the other commercial water parks in Houston. It's expected to generate about 456,000 guests in the next year. And it'll have a lot of the same features, but it will have some unique characteristics, like the wave pool will generate the tallest waves in Houston, or that the lazy river is the largest lazy river in Houston. So Gator Bayou Adventure Park already opened on November 3rd, and it's got a combination of family activities as well as exciting thrill activities, kind of an extreme sports type venue. So it's got zip lines and challenge courses. It's got a floating water park. It's got a lot of attractions that'll appeal to the more daring. It's also got milder activities for younger family members, like petting zoos and pony rides, a giant maze, and several other unique characteristics. Speed Sports is a racing park that's separately owned and operated, but still within the Grand Texas development. Speed Sports has three different components. One is a pro club that can host regional and national racing events, a rental track where you can actually rent European style racing carts, and a performance driving school where you can actually learn how to drive like a pro, whether it's carts, cars, or race cars. The Grand Texas RV Resort's been operating since 2016, and it's got all concrete roads, concrete pads. It's a great place to stay the weekend or extend the playtime, or if you're a winter Texan, just to spend a few months. It's got over 100 channels of cable, and it's got the fastest Wi-Fi that's available to an RV park. At Grand Texas, we have a few select sites available for sale. Now, the sale of these sites help fund some of the other attractions and enhancements to the development. We may not sell each of these sites. We may be looking just to sell one or two or three and then retain the rest for our own development. This particular site is a great site. It's got a building envelope of about 1.5, 1.25, 1.5 acres, and it sits on 242. The Speed Street extension extends across the east of the property, and then Big Rivers Road will extend across the north. So it's got frontage on three sides. It's also got great visibility. It is at a gap that is directly in the view of the water park, and it's located directly across from the HEB. So this site is located adjacent to the previous one. It's located directly across a drainage canal from the water park and on the other side of the street from HEB. Now we view this as a great entertainment development opportunity, and so we would probably prefer not to sell this site. At the same time, we understand that it may be wanted in conjunction with the other site. The site's got a building envelope of about 6 acres for improvements, and so it's a large site that can be used for a variety of purposes. So this site is a great site for more traditional retail development or pad sites. So it has frontage on Highway 242, and it will have frontage on Big Rivers Road. It also abuts the driveway, the secondary driveway, to the parking lot for Big Rivers and for Gator Bayou. So the site essentially can have viewed as frontage on three sides, and it would be great for subdivision into pad sites for individual fast food restaurants. It's also located directly across from the RV park and adjacent to the self-storage and the multifamily development. So it's got a lot of built-in potential marketplace, as well as a lot of flexibility for access and development. So this site's located on the other side of the driveway from the previous site, and they can be developed together or separately, together in a more cohesive development. That's located along State Highway 242. It's got great accessibility, great frontage, great visibility, and it's just a great property for development with frontage on two sides. Well, thank you so much for watching this video and for your interest in Grand Texas. For brokers, we protect and cooperate with our brokers. Please register your prospects, and we pay a 3% commission. Now, my email is the best way of getting a hold of me at monty@grandtx.com. I get a ton of robocalls on my mobile phone at 281-620-6260, so I apologize if I don't answer it right away. But please feel free to call me if you have any questions or you'd like additional information. Thank you.